We fixing to make this town real smoking.
But oh, you know what's crazy? You know the first thing we'll talk about? Clive. Good old fashioned Clive. This is a website that shows us current statistics, and for the statistics currently, Clive is absolutely tanking. So win rates are pretty much going to stay the same. Clive DLC at the top. Claudio, he's at the top. Claudio was at the top for Tekken 7 as well. So it's not surprising seeing him there as well. Eddie, scrubs can't deal with him. Jack 8 underused. Shahid underused, get free wins. I don't know why Feng Wei is so high. I can't explain it. I destroy Feng Wei. Feng Wei, it just gets hard countered by Yoshimitsu. And not even Tekken 8 Yoshimitsu, just Yoshimitsu in general. Hard counters this guy. Kazuya has moved up, and now Steve Fox is the second worst in the game, so that's new. First, it went Reina, Kazuya, then Steve Fox. Now Kazuya is above Steve Fox. So Steve Fox players are struggling as of lately. And Yoshimitsu's falling hard. Or wait, was Yoshimitsu always this low? Yeah, I think he was actually. I think he was a little bit higher, but yeah, he's falling hard. This is with him being one of the strongest characters in the game, right? This kind of speaks to how difficult it is to use the guy. Everyone makes it seem like he's super easy, but at the same time that I say that, you have King right next to him. You have Kazuya down there. So he's not the hardest, but he's not the easiest, and by a long shot. But what I want to show you guys is enough with the Yoshimitsu downplay. Yoshimitsu's always low. Yeah, that's true. Ever since I looked at the statistics, he's been low. Now he is higher than normal because he's super OP, but yeah, he's always been pretty low. But what I want to show you guys is Clive is tanking. He's actively tanking, like hard. Minus 7.64%. This is the win trend percentage. That means there is so many people dropping Clive. You see how all of these other ones are green? You see a bunch of like green +0, green +1, right? You see some green 2s down here. That's insane. These characters are growing a lot. But for his to be the only one that's red, but also red by -7 is insane. People are dropping him. And the people who are dropping him, it appears that they're going back to play other characters, or worst case scenario, they're dropping the game altogether, which I don't think so. I think they're probably just switching to other characters, right? Some would argue that this is because of the nerfs, and I would say fair enough. I don't think the nerfs was that significant for everyone to like drop the guy like crazy, but what do I know? I'm a Yoshi player. Yoshi will also get dropped by a lot post nerfs. That's true, but also I wonder how that. Okay, so let's look at this again. I wonder how this will affect. Okay, so we're gonna filter it by most popular characters in the game currently. Oh no, that's win percentages. We need to do most popular characters in the game. So this is the most popular characters in the game right here, right? And I wonder. Oh, I should make this bigger. There we go. And I wonder how Jin Kazama will fall. Jin Kazama's one of the strongest characters in the game as well. I say he's stronger than Yoshimitsu just because of how easier he is to pick up than Yoshi. So how will he fall? Hey, thank you for the dono, bro. I appreciate that. But yeah, when Jin Kazama gets nerfed, how will he fall? When Brian Fury, I think he should be nerfed, gets nerfed, how will he fall? The previous most popular characters in the game, if you go back to Tekken 7, was Kazuya, Brian, King, and Law. Law is doing a lot worse in this game, even though he's really powerful, right? So when you look at the percentage as well, right? So in beginner section, 7.54% people are dropping him, or whatever, right? Intermediate, it jumped up to 8.61. Is in advanced, it's 3.59. So it's less people is dropping him at high ranks. It's really just the intermediate and beginners who are really like letting go of the guy. A lot of people are playing Panda in top ranks and Zafina. I would probably say this is because of the character doing really well in tournaments. Her tournament performance is probably helping her out a lot. Leroy, no. Eddie drop. Victor dropped. Azina, Raven. Raven is so free. It's interesting that no one wants to play Raven. Let's look at advanced section. Advanced, yeah, you have Zafina and Panda growing a lot. Lydia kind of as well. It's interesting seeing like the different type of players doing different things. Verena's very popular in lower ranks. Zafina's growing in popularity. I wonder if this will give her enough boost to rise up. I think Zafina should not be in the next game, just going based off of her statistics for Tekken 7 and whatnot. But if this trend continues, then maybe there's hope for the character. She's doing really good at tournaments. It's just like when that's the only place she's relevant, it's like, I don't know. And it's not even because the character, it's because the people who's playing the character, right? Like the people who was playing the character, they could do work with any character. They just so happen to think Zafina is their favorite. So it's different when it's a character loyalist doing work versus, I think, just like a general player, if that makes sense. But maybe it doesn't. Why play Clive when you get Yoshi Victor that seems better than him? Another dono. Hey, thank you for this dono as well. How's it going? EH? What is EH? I'm stuck in Kenshin, but I'm having fun playing Tekken 8. Alyssa is my waifu. Well, I think Kenshin is you hit a brick wall in Kenshin. Let's pull up some statistics. I think you hit a brick wall in Kenshin and you really have to like overcome. I think you have to do a lot of reflecting on your own gameplay and see what it is you're doing wrong, right? So Kenshin, you're right here, right? I think the ranking system is so interesting, like the different sections of skill. So beginner all the way to orange is pretty much people doing the exact same thing, which is why it's so low to the ground, which is also why the Eddie bot was able to dominate all of this, right? They're all just learning the game, or they're just playing so casually to where they don't really care about improving. They maybe play the game for like 5-10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever, and then they just go play something else or do like just very casual, right? So that's what those ranks are. It's just people learning or very casual players. Now red rank is people who's taking a game, they're still casual, they're still learning, but they're still learning a little bit, right? They're starting to understand the mechanics, like the simple mechanics of the game, like combo structure. Red ranks is when you start to see people do combos and whatnot. You start to see people play a type of defense. They will launch punish, a hell sweep, and stuff like that. You start to see like signs of a player, right? It's not just like button mashing. And then the purple rank is when they really start to like hone those aspects, perfect those aspects. Like, so you really got combos locked in. You know how to do combos from like a snake edge, from like a down 4-2. Like you have many different combos taken into consideration. But then also like you become slightly a more aware. We'll see, this game is kind of different because defense, I understand that not everyone was good at defense, but like in previous games, red ranks and purple ranks, like players kind of had a better concept of defense. But now at Tekken 8, it's not so much that you understand defense, it's you understand how to break people's defense. So you're probably using like rage art, you're probably using like really powerful tools to win, right? So you're doing great combos and you're using powerful tools. Now that's enough to get you to blue ranks. But once you're in blue rank, this is when you have to start learning the other aspects of the game. This is when you have to start learning not only your character, because you could get to blue rank just by playing your character, playing great offense, playing good combos. But in order to progress past blue ranks, that is when you have to do two things. One, learn other character matchups, and two, learn how to use like defense and like just other mechanics. Like when I look at blue ranks gameplay, I haven't done so in about a month, but usually when I look at blue ranks gameplay, they're not using heat properly. They all use heat to do combos. Like they do a launcher, do a combo, screw, heat activate, extend the combo a little bit longer. That's good and all, but that's not the only way to use heat. But in blue ranks, that seems like the only way that people know how to use heat. You can use heat to break people's offense. You can use heat like with a heat activator. Some people do it unintentionally, but the people who do it intentionally and with a purpose, those guys are leagues ahead. And that is what will move you out of Fujin and into a place like Kenshin. So you probably understand how to use heat, heat smash and those kind of things. But then you need to perfect it. You need to perfect all of those mechanics, like, learning other matchups is very important. You will not leave blue ranks without learning matchups. You need to learn other matchups, especially the characters that are very popular for your region, because we can look at every character who's popular in the game, but that will differ from the characters who are popular in your region. So the characters who are popular in your region, learn those matchups, but then also understand your options. Like, even though this game is very restrictive, you still have options with heat and you still have options with defense. And that is the only way you move out of blue rank. And that's for any character, because I know people say like, oh, this character is carried, that character is carried. But in my opinion, you don't leave blue ranks like permanently. Like you will probably leave, go to Tekken King, and then get put right back. You don't leave permanently without having that matchup knowledge, and also that like heat, because heat is a big part, right? Like in Tekken Lord, where I'm at, everything is about heat. Every heat is so broken to where every match is decided by it, right? You use it to close the gap, you use it to seal the deal and put the person away, right? So it's like, you don't get there without understanding that mechanic perfectly, right? And then to get past Tekken Lord, I think you just have to be really, really good defensively and play Tekken very safely. And that's a very difficult thing to do, because the God of Destruction players will call you out on anything. So that's what I think the different skill brackets required to move on.